So I've finally been playing Helldivers 2 for about a month now. I've been getting the feel of the full game, and I can wholeheartedly give my full opinion on what I think about it, and honestly, it's been a blast. I really am enjoying this game. I think it's definitely one of the better multiplayer live service video games to come out in recent times. I'm not even a live service or multiplayer type of gamer. I hardly play online these days, and I don't even like modern online games like Apex, Fortnite, or COD, or whatever new BR or multiplayer sensation takes the spotlight out there. I'm mostly a co-op or single player gamer, and Helldivers 2 has truly restored my faith in live service games, because it feels like an actual studio that cares about their community and the video game more than the profits. It feels like nowadays a lot of AAA companies just want to put out whatever can make the most money and appeal to their shareholders and the big people at their companies. A lot of video games just don't feel like they're made with passion anymore. They're just made for profit, and they're just seen as tools of business, and it really sucks. But Helldivers 2 is the exception. Helldivers 2 even has a battle pass you can completely grind out without paying if you wanted to. You can spend however much you want on this game, and it is completely up to you. There's no heavy advertising for you to buy skins, weapons, or other stupid cosmetics like it is in other big AAA games. Helldivers 2 is just a simple co-op third-person shooter that just is absolute fun and doesn't feel like a chore to play. So Helldivers 2 was developed by Arrowhead Game Studios and published by Sony Interactive. So far it's only on PC and PS5, but the PC version is where I played it mostly. Now this game is a sequel to the original Helldivers released back in 2015, but that one was like a top-down shooter, and I honestly have never heard of it before, if I'm being completely honest. And I know Arrowhead has made other games, but they're truly nothing like what they created with Helldivers 2. Which was literally like lightning in a bottle. This game just exploded in popularity and just took the multiplayer scene by the balls. Honestly, they deserve all the success that they're getting, because they really have made something special here. It's really surprising to see such a small studio create such a massive and successful multiplayer game in this day and age, and they've really worked hard to make it the best experience possible. Other than the server issues that they had at start, but that's not really on them, you know. They weren't expecting this much, you know, hype around their video game, which is understandable. You know, the game didn't seem like it was going to be like a huge, massive success. This was kind of like this was just a project that took a long time to make, so it's very surprising to see a game come out this well in today's age. I'll probably check out their other games that they've created since I really enjoyed Helldivers 2, but this video isn't about that. This video is about Helldivers, and specifically Helldivers 2, and why it deserves all the praise and success it's gotten. The game is definitely best experienced with your friends from the endless chaos that can ensue. It will really give you some of the best online gaming you've ever had in years. And honestly, I didn't play this game at launch. I knew a lot of people were talking about it and playing it, and I really didn't know what I thought about it yet. I just thought it was just another, you know, multiplayer shooter game that it's going to be another flavor of the month type of game. But no, it turns out that this game actually is worth all the hype that you see online for it. I don't think I've played a multiplayer game in recent years that has made me continuously come back for more content and experience with my friends, or even in solo play. Although solo isn't as fun as playing with your friends, you can sometimes find some funny interactions with randoms while grinding for your armor and weapons. The gunplay is so smooth and solid as well. You can switch from third person to first if you prefer ADS or making your shots precise, but there will be times where precision and accuracy will not be the best course of action when hordes, and I mean hordes of enemies coming at you relentlessly. The gun gameplay is absolutely chef's kiss. It is so well done, and I seriously have no complaints about it other than some guns having too much recoil or too little damage or too small magazines to get the job done. But the developers are working hard in adding weapons and balancing others, so that's good to see. I'm very interested to see like what other weapons they'll be adding through their battle pass and other stuff like that. And they've already introduced a lot more weapons since launch, so it's just going to continuously keep changing and evolving and giving you different variants of weapons. I also love that the developers chose not to show damage numbers to show you how much damage you're doing to enemies, and instead show the actual visceral taking off of tissue, robotic parts, or pieces of enemies every time you land a bullet. It's so satisfying to see, you know, the carnage you cause by just destroying and obliterating the foes in front of you. The weapons feel good, man. There's just something about them. They feel weighted, they feel grounded, and they feel just so well. Every weapon has its variant. You'll have some laser rifles, you'll have some shotguns, some piercing ammo, but you know, there's a lot of variety of weapons you can choose and play around with, and there's just there's something for everyone here. One of the core mechanics about Helldivers 2 are the things called stratagems. They're basically these airdrops that can help supply you in missions, and you can literally call Obama drone strikes to take out your enemies. It's kind of crazy. There's a lot of different stratagems you can call down. You'll have to punch in a Dance Dance Revolution sequence of button presses, and if your stratagem is pretty crazy and it does a lot of damage, and covers a wide area, those sequences can become very complex, and they can become hectic when you need to press them in order and in correct sequence when you're being bombarded by enemies. Things will get so hectic to the point you can't even respond fast enough to what's going on around you. There'll be times where your teammates will die and you will just be literally surrounded by swarms of enemies, and there's literally like seconds you can spare just to call in their respawn, which is pretty cool. I like that the respawn mechanic is a little interactive in this game. There will be moments of pure war going on around you, and literally playing this game feels like a movie. It feels like an actual war movie. When you need to call reinforcements, you are calling reinforcements. You need reinforcements. It feels like you're in actual robot Vietnam. You're in bug Vietnam. You're in everything Vietnam. Everything's Vietnam. They're in the trees. They're in the ground. They're coming out of the ground. They're coming from the sky even. It's crazy. It gets really crazy, and I love the chaos that can happen from this game. You can also call sentries and ammo resupplies and mini nukes and bombardments, lasers, napalm strikes, other stuff like that, and the stratagems. And even call support weapons to handle different types of enemies. And there are definitely plenty of enemy types that can range from easy to handle to what in the fuck do I do against that? Personally, I hate the small hunters in this game and the stalkers the most. They are absolutely the most annoying to deal with from the Terminid side, with maybe the Charger and Bile Titan following suit after that. But dear god, these guys come in so many fucking packs, it's ridiculous, especially if you're playing on Helldiver difficulty. If you're playing on Helldiver difficulty, you need to be coming in with the most powerful loadout you can get, because it will get insane. And then on the automaton side, you'll have these bastards that are absolute hell, the tanks and hulks. Also this fucking tower. Fuck this stupid cannon tower. I don't know why this thing's in the game. This thing probably kills me more than the bots. Literally, I will be walking around just trying to do my mission objectives, and this thing will just snipe you. You can't do anything about it. This thing spots you, spread your cheeks, because it is going to town on you. There is nothing you can do about it. You can hope that you have a stratagem just in time to blow it up or have something, you know, break it. Usually there's weak spots on like these towers and all the other bigger enemies, but it's really tough, and it's so annoying to get them destroyed, and it can really make things fucking crazy. And honestly, all enemies can give you trouble. When you start running low on stratagems and ammo and syringes, when your body parts start falling apart, you start getting injuries, your stamina runs out, it's gonna get hectic. You're gonna have to start thinking outside the box, because these motherfuckers are not gonna wait for you. They are gonna keep coming at you at full capacity. But the gameplay loop is fun and exciting. You'll be doing plenty of missions, taking out factories, nests, escorting citizens out of danger, defending areas, drilling shit, and just a lot of other, like, you know, mission objectives. They all feel that there is a repetition in all of them, but it's fun. You know, you're not always gonna have the same situations when you enter a mission. There's always gonna be something crazy that's gonna come out of it, and you always find something new each time you load up a mission. There's also optional objectives that you can do to, you know, up your rewards and collect things like samples, and it'll help you upgrade your ship. And mentioning the ship now, I love that you can give it a name and see other ships in space when you move planet to planet. You can just move to new areas of operations in the prep room, and it's so cool to see, because actually there's an interaction where your actual ship will move around on the planet that it's on if you're moving to a different location, which I think is super cool. It's so cool to see. This honestly gives you some of the best, like, space fantasy in video games, where you just literally just go out, kill shit, and do it all in the name of democracy. It's sick. It's so sick. Helldivers 2 also has this really over-the-top propaganda and extreme patriotism for the so-called Super Earth. You don't really play this game for the story, but it's definitely a part of there. There's a lot more environmental storytelling, and you can look at like logs and stuff in the field and see what's going on. But there isn't like a set like storyline, like a single-player storyline you can follow. I haven't played Helldivers 1, but I'm sure it takes a lot of, you know, what was already established in that game into here, just in a different genre of video game. But yeah, the cutscenes are quite hilarious to see. You'll get a feel for what this game is, what it's all about once you play it. You're gonna be shooting exploding bugs and robots to defend democracy in the name of Super Earth, and the game definitely takes some inspiration from Starship Troopers and ODST from Halo, which only makes me sadder that Halo can't get a game like this, because it goes to show that if a small studio can make this, AAA has no excuse and give us a video game just like this. Because I need more of what Helldivers 2 is cooking, man. This game is so good. You'll also get quirky lines from the characters in game, and sometimes they're funny and great to hear, but they can also be excessive and annoying. annoying after a while. And if you're hearing them from like mission to mission, they just get like they get a bit excessive. Like they're cool at first. I liked them when I was first playing the game, but after I put in like about like 50 hours into the game, now I'm like it's kind of cringe. It's a Sony game, so I'm not surprised there's a lot of annoying dialogue. That's no different from their other AAA games that they made. That would probably be my only minor complaint about the game's dialogue. You're basically causing genocide, and like it's as simple as that. You are genociding these races, these fucking robots, these alien like creatures. You're just eradicating them. We are trying to destroy them because they are trying to invade our home. But yeah, I really love that the developers have shown so much love and care for this game, and the community has some funny memes. I probably learned more about this game through memes than actually playing it, because there's just some funny ass memes, like especially some of the JJK shit. This is gold. This is beautiful. This is absolute gaming. Developers seem to be very active online, and they do give out some funny responses, and I've heard that they have like a game master that actually controls like some of the crazy stuff that goes on in the game. So you know, he'll probably spawn like crazy shit into your game, or like other devs, they'll come in and put in like, you know, new items, new enemies, equipment, stuff that they're gonna release in the future, but they do it a little earlier, and they kind of do it through that developer way. It's kind of interesting, kind of weird. You don't really see that. Or actually a crazy thing is that they don't really have a roadmap. Like there's no roadmap. They're just there putting content. They don't just talk. They do what we want. They give us content. They do it on like, you know, pretty consistently, and they keep the game a little fresh. They'll give us some events, some new stuff to try out, and yeah, it's so fun. It's honestly so fun as a live service game. They seem to really know what gamers want out of the game. They truly keep delivering and updating the game with new content. This is honestly how live service games should be, and I'm not even a big live service guy, like I said in the beginning. So yeah, Helldivers 2 is definitely worth it in my book. Check it out. It's definitely the best multiplayer game out there right now, so go grab some friends, go crazy in the game, and enjoy it. If you've been hesitant on it and you haven't tried it, I definitely recommend the game. There aren't many games out there that can capture that beautiful online gaming like how it was in the golden days when you were playing like COD or Battlefield Bad Company, you know, the old Star Wars Battlefront 2. Actually, speaking of Star Wars Battlefront 2, rip Master Collection, that thing was so dog shit. Don't buy that. Buy this instead. Anyways, this video game right here has definitely something special going for it. So yeah, tell me what you guys think of the game. Do you think it's worth all the hype and praise it's gotten despite some of the, you know, earlier issues at launch? I'm sure, you know, the team at Arrowhead is definitely, you know, learning a lot with this game, and you know, they're gonna keep, you know, doing their thing. They're gonna keep cooking. Let them cook, bro. Let them cook. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. If you guys enjoyed the video, please do leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Comment down below what you think. Leave me some suggestions, some video games you guys want me to do. I'm trying to do actually a Metal Gear review. I just got into the series for the first time ever, so that's gonna be some interesting stuff there. So yeah, tune in for that. And as always, guys, take care and go kill some bugs. Peace.